Oh. Today we're gonna share our most painful experiences in our life. And at the end, I'll tell you how I almost needed the medics to save me.
Does anybody like pain?
Honestly, I think when I was a kid, I loved pain. I might have been a psychopath, but I used to purposely try to hurt myself every single day. So everybody as a kid gets bruises. It kind of just happens. It's kind of like losing your hair as you age. Example, Brick is bald.
Stop, I'm not bald!
It's coming, I've seen it. But I was different. Every single day, I would try to acquire a new bruise. My goal was to try to get a brand new bruise on a spot on my body. I would purposely jump and land on my knees, elbows, or face plant, or even run straight into poles on purpose. I thought it would impress girls.
When I was a kid, I mean, I hated pain just as much as anybody. But when I was a little kid, I was at like a little farm event, right, with my parents. And there was a guy with, you know, peaceful little pony. And I'm not a fan at all of riding ponies or horses or any of that. But this guy, he convinces me. He's like, yeah, you know, the pony's friendly. You know, the pony's a nice pony. I'm like, okay, Mr. Man, I'm gonna ride the pony now.
Mr. Man.
Yeah.
Solid name.
Yeah, that was his name, Mr. Man. So I hop on his pony, and literally within 5 seconds of being on this pony, bam, this dude kicks me off and I go straight into the grass on the ground, bro. And like this pony is attempting to literally curb stomp me. Like he's trying to leave me with like some sort of road rash.
What did you do to the pony?
Oh, I didn't do anything to the pony. All I did was sit on him, but I guess he didn't like me.
You must have smelled really bad or something.
Oh, I was a little child. I wasn't even capable of producing those type of chemicals yet.
No, you definitely were.
Ow.
When I was a kid, I also got friction burn, but yours was an accident. Mine was on purpose again.
All right, what happened to you?
After school, I would take the yellow school bus home. But you know how like you sit on these leather seats, right? I used to take my fist and just run it down the leather seat in front of me and just try to cause friction burn on my hands. I don't know why I did this. It would hurt so bad. My pinky would turn red and it would throb. And like I would see how long I can give myself friction burn for. And I swear I used to see smoke come out of my pinky because of the friction burn, like how much I'm burning my skin. But other kids would see what I was doing and they would literally join me. So we would all be just having a competition of who can run their hands down this leather seat and burn themselves the longest.
Well, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I gotta start with my finger. I'm with my cousin, right, at my cousin's house. And we decide we want to mess with the neighbors. We open the window and we start screaming at the top of our lungs, right?
Oh, that was the best thing to do as a kid, just bothering people.
Just bothering the new neighbors. So we open the window, start screaming at the top of our lungs, and like we want to close the window as soon as we get done screaming, right? So as soon as we're done screaming, my cousin slams the window as hard as he can. But the problem is, I have my finger right on the windowsill. So as soon as he slams down that window, bro, oh my god, I start screaming even louder, right?
Oh god.
So like I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs even louder, right? Because I'm in genuine pain now. And my cousin, he's literally looking me straight in the eye and he's dying. He's laughing up a storm because he thinks I'm just like screaming because we were already screaming, right?
Yeah, he thought you were trying to bother the neighbors, but you're in pain.
Yeah, he thinks I'm just screaming for the love of the game, but no. It takes him like a solid 10 seconds to realize my finger is literally stuck in the window. So he finally saves me, and I'm literally just sitting there sucking on my fingers.
You're sucking on it like a little baby.
Bro, because I didn't know what to do. It hurt so bad, and like there was nothing to do, so I'm just
sucking on his thumb.
I mean, it did kind of help, but not really. I had a really big red bruise on it for like 2 weeks after that.
All right, let's talk about our more painful stories, like when I broke my collarbone.
Oh god, I've never broken a bone.
So I grew up with a guy in elementary, and nobody liked this guy. He was so annoying. He's the type of guy that would like repeat the same joke that you said and pretend that it was his joke.
Oh, I hate those people, bro.
He was just annoying. He had an ugly voice. He had ugly hair. Just stupid looking. We all didn't like him. So in 5th grade, we were just chilling in the field. You know, I was just enjoying my day as like a 10-year-old kid. The sun is shining. Life is going great. And then out of nowhere, like bam, this kid just bodies me like a truck. He runs into me and I fall over in slow-mo. Like all of my weight fell into my left shoulder. And I had no time to react or to like step over the way. I didn't even know he was coming. He was like a big fat truck.
He was a big boulder.
The second I landed on my shoulder, it hurt pretty bad for a 10-year-old kid. And being 10 years old, like nothing hurts at that age.
Yeah, you're just plowing through the pain as a child.
But to make it worse, he also fell on top of me. I swear he purposely jumped on me. Like he could have avoided me, but he fell on me so it looked like an accident. It was so stupid.
This guy hit you with a double whammy.
Yeah, so it was like double the weight. So all of the weight transferred through my left shoulder and into my collarbone, and my collarbone ends up fracturing. But as a kid, you kind of just jump up and you you don't care. Like the pain just goes away and you forget about it. So I go home and like I'm still a little bit sore. I can't move my arm too much. It hurts a little bit. And I told my mom that my shoulder was hurting and she thought it was just like a normal kid injury, right? You just let it heal. So weeks go by and my arm is still hurting. Like I can't throw a ball. I can't play sports. I kind of just ignored it.
You let this go on for weeks?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like a sharp pain, but it was like a lingering weird pain in your bones, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. So my mom was like, okay, let's finally go to the child hospital. We wait there for hours. We take an x-ray and it shows that my collarbone was fractured. And I never thought this would happen to me. So I had to wear an arm sling for like 2 months in school. But it was pretty cool because everyone in school thought I was cool. I walked in, everyone was like, whoa. Everyone was crowding around me. They wanted to sign it. And obviously I gave the girls like the biggest spot to sign their name.
Oh, of course.
Yup. They put like hearts all over their names. I felt so awesome. I would literally go home and just like stare at their names.
Yeah, that was definitely your first experience of feeling true aura right there.
I felt like LeBron walking into school, but it did suck because I couldn't go to gym class. I would miss dodgeball. So after around 2 months of letting it heal and juicing the attention, I finally didn't have to wear the sling anymore. So one day in recess, I was just chilling and there was another girl in elementary that was our bully. She was bigger and taller and scarier than all of us.
Oh, a girl bully.
Yeah, she was a girl. She was like the Enderman. If you look into her eyes, she just lights up with fire. And she instantly turns angry with steam. She randomly just grabbed my arm and just started dragging me across the field on my broken collarbone arm.
Oh!
It hurt so bad. Like, I swear she re-broke my arm. I don't know why she did that, but it felt like she was ripping my bones apart.
God, she knew what she was doing, bro. She wanted to inflict as much pain as she could into you. Yeah, she had something against you. What'd you do to her?
I don't know. Usually I was the bully, but she was the bully to me.
Every bully's got a bigger bully, bro.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish. That hurts so bad.
All right, so my next childhood story doesn't involve any broken bones, but it does involve definitely busting something open, I'll tell you that. I'm just over a year old, you know, just learning how to walk, you know, wobbling and stumbling around the house, whatever. Me and my mom are in the kitchen, and my mom's friend comes over because I guess my mom was giving her some old microwave, apparently. So, yeah.
Old microwave?
This story legit happens because my mom just had to give away this microwave, okay? My mom's walking her friend out. She's got the microwave in the hand, whatever. And my mom walks her friend out, closes the door, turns around. And as soon as she turns around, she sees me at the very tip of the basement stairs. And she explains it as like her whole world went into slow motion. So she can just see me as like little 1-year-old brick waddle to the start of the basement stairs. And I instantly begin to tumble. And I'm falling down these stairs like a rag doll. I hit my head on the sharpest corner of the stairs, and I instantly create a huge gaping hole in my forehead, bro.
Oh my, wait, how did you fall?
I was a little kid. I was just wobbling. I was trying to explore the world, and I fell down the stairs.
I stepped on a banana peel.
Well, like, it makes you think, right? Like, how are your stairs so sharp? Well, our basement stairs, they were literally made out of golden metal corners.
Oh, I can imagine it. I know what you're talking about.
So my mom runs across the kitchen and she picks me up at the bottom of the stairs and I'm like bleeding out of my forehead. I got a big gash in my forehead. So she's completely freaking out, calls my dad while he's at work, and she's like, okay, meet me at the hospital. Like, little brick, he just busted open his skull.
Cracked open the brick.
But this whole time, like, my dad, he's surprisingly, like, very calm during the situation. So he arrived to the hospital, and by the time he gets there, I'm just sitting on, like, you know, like, little hospital bench or whatever, and I got a little band-aid on my forehead, and he's like, what's the big deal? Like, this guy just got a band-aid on his forehead. Why did I call out of work for this? Well, my mom starts to explain how I literally have, like, a gaping hole in my forehead, and the band-aid is just temporary, right? My dad still doesn't believe her. Like, he is pushing her to the limit right now. So he thinks she's being super dramatic about this entire thing. So he's like, all right, doctor, remove the band-aid. I want to see what's actually going on here. Doctor takes off the band-aid in front of my dad, and this is my dad's exact response. I asked him for a quote, and he said, Jesus Christ, I can see his skull.
Yo,
like, he said this as loud as he can in the hospital. And of course, this makes my mom even more angry. So she starts like yelling at my dad, like, I told you so, I told you so. And he's just trying to process, like, borderline seeing my head guts.
dude, we saw your brain.
Bro, he actually did. Like, he was in awe. He didn't believe my mom the whole time.
Why did they just give you a band-aid?
Well, that's the thing. In the end, I got carried out of the hospital with 4 stitches in my forehead, which gave me a scar that I still have to this very day. So I'm basically like Harry Potter with lightning on my forehead, except, you know, instead of a cool origin story and getting wizard powers, I just kind of fell down some metal stairs.
Well, I also busted busting my head open as a kid, but not as bad as yours.
Oh, God.
So I was probably like 15 years old. I was riding my bike with a friend, and he lives right across the street, so we'd always hang out. So before we rode our bikes, we were playing with a soccer ball, just like kicking across the cement street. This street was like made out of rocks.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where this is going.
So after playing soccer, we hop on our bikes, and we're like, you know what? Let's make up our own game. One person will have to ride across the street as fast as we can on our bike, and the other person will have to throw the soccer ball at us, and we would have to try to dodge it.
That is peak childhood experience right there, though. That is what being a kid is about. Okay.
And like being a kid, like, oh, that sounds so fun. Like you don't even think about the consequences, and it was fun. You know, we're like ripping down the street with our bikes and trying to dodge this soccer ball. So like it was such a thrill. But on the 5th time, it was my time to ride the bike. So I'm riding as fast as I can. I'm picking up speed, and I see my friend off in the distance. He's like holding the soccer ball, aiming at me. So I ride across him, and I'm going like Mach 10,000 speed on my bike with no helmet, by the way.
Oh, great. Even better.
Yeah, so my friend throws a soccer ball, but this time he throws it a little too low. He doesn't hit my body. The ball slowly goes down and hits the front of my bike wheel. So my bike goes to immediate stop. The bike flings me across the entire like world, and I land straight on my face. And once it hit the ground, my face literally slid across.
Oh, so you face planted and you were sliding across this rocky road?
Yeah, I got cuts all down my cheek and my arms and my legs. It hurt so bad. There were like cookie pieces and crumbs all over the street. But that wasn't even the worst part, because imagine the pain after when your mom is scolding you like for not wearing a helmet or doing stupid things.
Oh, that pain hurts more than actually getting hit.
Oh yeah, no, she would literally hit me because of it. She would beat me because I got hurt.
Those Asian moms are different.
And then she put alcohol on my rashes, so I got hurt like 4 times in a row. It was horrible.
God, this guy had back-to-back pain after pain after pain.
That was so painful.
Well, I got a bike story as well for you.
The classic bikes hurting kids.
Dude, bikes are they're just dangerous. So nice little sunny summer day. Go out with mommy to the park, riding my new bike. I'm around 5 years old in this story, all right? I'm about to start kindergarten soon. So me and my mom were riding around this like little path we got at the park, right? You know, we'd ride around for, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. But my mom starts getting tired, so she takes a break and she starts, relaxing on the bench. Well, I still want to ride my new bike around because, I'm a kid. I'm a 5-year-old kid. I got so much energy to burn.
Oh, that's the worst thing ever. Leaving your kid alone with a bike.
Before I keep going, I definitely had no helmet on. There was no helmet involved.
Yo, everyone needs to wear a helmet after hearing these stories.
All right, so I keep riding around the path. And as I'm going around the path, I start going faster and faster and faster. And I'm getting like way more cocky every single second that passes. So I started having the great idea of moving my handlebars back and forth as fast as possible.
It's funny that every child has experienced this.
It looked cool in my head, right? Well, after about 10 seconds of spamming my handlebars, my luck runs out. And bam! I face plant into the rock hard concrete within a fraction of a second. Like, it was by no means a slow fall onto my face. Like, I slipped, and within a blink, I was face planted in that concrete, bro.
Oh.
So my mom's on the other side of the park, still relaxing on the bench, just chilling, enjoying the sun. And she hears the most vile, banshee-sounding scream she's ever heard. And she's like, what is going on? And it's me, bro. So I start running towards my mom with so much blood coming out of my mouth. Like, I can't even explain what happened.
Your mouth?
Dude, because I face planted and I hit my, jaw super hard.
Just scraping your lips and your teeth on the concrete.
So, I'm running to my mom, and, I can't even explain what happened, so I'm just...
Oh, my God.
I can't explain what happened. I'm just babbling and begging for help. So my mom has absolutely no idea what to do. So, she's kind of panicking. So, she decides to call my aunt, who lives, a minute away from the park, to pick us up. So, while we wait for her to arrive, my mom, she's trying to clean out my mouth at, the public water fountain. And, dude, it's just blood after blood after blood going down that water fountain, bro.
Yeah, that's how you get an infection, too. Public water.
Dude, yes, it was a terrible idea at the time, but at least I wasn't, the spawn of COVID-19.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was my bad.
That was you. But anyway, so I finally get back home. I'm still bleeding a little bit, but it's finally stopped. My mom is washing out my mouth the best she can, and she instantly books a dentist appointment. So, headed to the dentist literally the next day and get x-rayed, and the dentist told me it was a really bad slam. He could tell. And there's a chance that my teeth could turn a darkish gray color.
From what? I just died?
This slam was so intense, it broke, some of the nerves or something.
Wait, that is actually a really bad fall. You must have, twisted your teeth.
And That's exactly what happened. My front tooth, it turned into like a dark gray color just a few weeks before I'm supposed to start kindergarten. So my mom's like, I'm not gonna have my kid go to kindergarten with no gray teeth. Like she wants me to, look good. I gotta look good in front of y'all, the kindergarten girls,
Yeah, with one giant front tooth that's gray.
Dude, it was so nasty looking. But luckily, somebody was looking over for me because literally a couple weeks before kindergarten started, that tooth fell out.
Dude, that might have been worse.
No, but I'm in kindergarten, bro. Everybody had missing teeth, so I fit right in.
Dude, if that happened when you're older, oh, I can't even imagine the pain. Like, tooth pain sounds so bad.
Bro, exactly, because if I had adult teeth, those stains would have been permanent, and I would have had to have my teeth ripped out and replaced. So I got so lucky that they were baby teeth.
Well, that is one way to remove your baby teeth. All right, this was the most pain I've ever felt in my 23 years of living.
Okay, hold on. Before you start, is it self-inflicted or is it an accident?
Okay, this was an accident.
Okay, all right, continue.
So this happened last year during the winter.
This is a recent story. Okay, hold on. Let me prop my chair up. You hear that? All right, I'm listening.
Yeah, I've never been in so much pain. The medics almost had to come and save me. I'm not even kidding. So it was winter and I was trying to teach my friends how to snowboard. If you're watching and you don't snowboard, it's scary at first because like your 2 feet are kind of locked onto a board and it's just a very weird feeling. It doesn't feel natural at all. So everybody has a hard time learning how to snowboard at first. So we start on the small baby hills and my 3 friends are doing pretty good. They fell a few times, but they were getting the hang of it. Falling off a snowboard hurts so bad, by the way. Like you either face plant right onto your forehead or you fall right back onto the back of your head. After a few runs on the baby hill, I was like, all right, let's move on to the bigger hill. So my friends were kind of afraid and I was like, oh, don't worry. So we go up the chairlift and this was their first time even going up a chairlift. There's like nothing protecting you, just like a little bar and you're going so fast. So my friends were pretty scared. But the second we get to the top of the hill, I told them to follow me down. So it was a pretty steep hill, but we're going down like super slowly and it was actually going pretty good. So we go down the hill a few times. They looked like they were ready. So I was like, you know what? On the 5th run, I'll let you guys do your thing. Just go and have fun. And this might have been the biggest mistake of my life, just letting them freely snowboard.
Oh no.
Especially with people all over the hill. It could have gone so bad. So on the 5th run, we're on the top of the hill looking down. So I go down first and I was like ready to go on my toe side. I go on my toe side and I look straight up the hill. I didn't know my friends left yet. So the second I look up, I see my friend speeding down the hill, going straight towards me. He was going like $150.
Oh my God, straight towards you? Like what? Like a like a car?
He was going straight at me. So I panicked. I had no time to prevent anything or to like react. And he's also like 100 pounds heavier than me. So it was like a giant boulder rolling towards me. So everything was happening in slow-mo. I see the panic on his face. I'm panicking and he tries to stop. So he slips on his butt and his snowboard kicks up in the air.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he was going way too fast to stop. So he slides down on his back and he isn't good enough to fully stop. So the snowboard runs right into my kneecaps.
Oh, dude, it's like the most fragile spot.
Yeah, it's not your thighs where it's like kind of fatty. It's right into my kneecaps. And like a snowboard is like a nice thick piece of metal. It is not soft at all.
Those things will destroy you.
Yeah, so I was immediately knocked out. I literally went unconscious for like a few seconds. I woke up and I was like in so much pain. I was slowly regaining my vision, but everything was like so bright and so blurry. I couldn't even like process anything.
Did you even like know what happened in that moment?
No, I didn't. So I wake up, my friends are sitting beside me like asking if I'm all right and I can't even hear them. And the weirdest part was my body was just like in shock. So it was just letting go of gas.
So you were just farting the whole time?
I was burping, I was farting. My body didn't know what to do. Like I didn't want to hold on to anything anymore. All my muscles just relaxed.
Your body's natural defensive is just farting and burping. I like that, bro.
I think my body thought I was gonna die, so it was just it was just giving up. So in my head, I was imagining like the worst nightmare. I thought I broke my knees or I tore my ACL or something. I was so scared. So I was like trying to slowly move my knee around and it hurt, but I still felt my leg. So that was a positive. My knee was like throbbing. It hurt so bad. It felt like I was laying on the hill for like an hour, but I knew I couldn't get down the hill because I was still at the very top. So my friends were like, maybe we need to call the medics and get the snowmobile and pick me up and like put me in a stretcher. And honestly, it felt like I needed it, but I couldn't be that guy going down this hill in a a stretcher.
Nah, you got too much pride, bro. I would have been like, yeah, bring that stretcher right here, because I'm not going anywhere after that.
I had too much ego, and I was like, what if I go down by myself and I tear my ACL or something, or just tear my knee ligaments? So I was like, okay, let me lock in. I took a breath. I moved my knee around a little bit. It was hurting so bad, but I got up on my 2 feet and I slowly rode down the hill. And once we got back to the house, I was like limping all the way to the closest seat, and my knee was like purple. It was so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it hurt pretty bad for like a week or two, but luckily I didn't break or tear anything, and I could still walk, so that was good news.
Yeah, that actually is so unbelievably lucky. Bro, you could have oh my God, you could have been in a wheelchair forever.
But you know what the worst universal pain is that we've all felt?
What?
Heartbreaks.
Nah, don't even start. I'm not going into these stories.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys want to hear Brick and I's most damaging heartbreak stories of our life, subscribe for more CookieMations.
No, please no.